Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So, before we begin this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new video that comes on board. If you have a topic, suggestion, feedback, comment, if you want me to give you my take on anything, put it in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to do so. If you want to connect with me on other social media outlets, on Facebook, you can search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. On Instagram, on X, and on Threads, you can type in at Back on Basics. So, let's talk about second chances. Sometimes when we're trying to get to our goals, when we're trying to achieve something, when we're trying to learn something, when we're trying to do something that'll get us ahead, sometimes it takes one or two opportunities for us to get there. One of the things that I always tell people is that we always need to put in the work, right? Remember, I've said that to you. We need to put in the work. Why? Because we never know when the opportunity will come or the second chance will come. So if you get a second chance on an opportunity that you've been wanting to complete, that you've been wanting to move forward on, that you've been wanting to focus on, remember, put in the work. Remember, we need to have life balance as well, right? Mind, body, emotional, spiritual balance. So we need to have all of that within us, right? So that way we can be motivated, so that way we can move forward. We also have to connect with our support system because they're the ones who will give us their take of where we're at, whether we're doing something correct or not. And they'll give us an opinion. Remember, we're the ones who are going to accept it or not. And then we're going to move forward, right? And so having a second opportunity, it happens, but it's rare. And so a lot of the times we only get one shot. So why not be putting in the work every day? Look at me, these videos, right? Every single day, I'm putting in the work. I'm making sure that things get done the way that they are. I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to do like the shorts on YouTube at Back on Basics 9985, the reels on Facebook, the micro shorts on Instagram, and again, right, these longer videos, which I haven't been making them I haven't been making them that long because I want to make sure that you get the gist of things. I want to make sure that you get that with all my talking and all my stories and everything else, I don't want you to get some parts of what you need in order for you to move forward. I want to make sure that you're prepared, right? That you put into work, that you're humble, that you're helping people, that you're also learning from people around you. Remember what I've said, right? Sometimes I tend to be a people watcher. And why am I a people watcher? Because I learn from people. I learn who they are. I learn what they do. I learn what changes their emotions. I learn how they succeed, how they fail, and then I adapt. It's my schooling, right? Psychology is an amazing way of learning how people work. And believe me, every single person is different. We may have some things in common, but eventually we do almost the same things. And so, like for example, right? When we're studying for a test or we're writing an essay, right? What do? When I'm writing an essay, I put instrumental music. Why? Because that just focuses me. Remember, right? If you do something physical, this will focus. If you do something mental, then the physical will focus. But you know what? When I put instrumental music, I don't have to think about anything else but just the tunes. And it has no words, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, that's why it's instrumental. And it actually helps me focus. What it does, and this is what I've noticed, is that music with lyrics, with words, I have to process because it talks about different things. It talks about different topics. They talk about love and hate and this and that. And so I have to process, not unless I've heard it like 100 times do I not process it as much as I do when I hear it the first or the second or the 10th time. But if I hear instrumental music, right? If I'm listening to that, you know what's the only thing that's changing? My emotions. They either go up or they go down. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, that's one of the great things about managing your emotions, because some of these instrumental musics are upbeat. Hey, if it's upbeat, I can do that. I can work on it. I can do things. I've done 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30-page papers, and I've done them in just one sit-in, right? And then I get comfortable and I start typing and typing and typing and typing. And so again, what I try to do is the things that I think about, that I'm going to be thinking about, I try to do those at first. So for example, if I'm writing an APA paper, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna do my APA format before I type in the paper. I'm gonna think of the title before I type in the paper, right? I'm gonna write a short summary of what I'm gonna write on, so that way I can get my brain going. So that way when I put my music on, it's gonna be typing. It's gonna be doing that. Sometimes I go as far as making an outline, right? An outline for a paper for me, it's kind of like a roadmap, and then I just fill in the blanks, and then I end with my conclusion. And so again, right? There's some things that you can do to prepare, but there's other things that, for me, right? And I'm talking about me, that just come alive when I have music on. Sometimes when I'm doing other things, I have a TV on. Remember I've said in other videos that I love watching The Big Bang Theory. I don't know how many times I've seen that show, and so to the point that I'm listening to it, but I'm not paying attention because I know I've seen it so many times, and so it just helps me just bring my mind right. It helps me focus my mind, and that's one of the things that I haven't really talked about in specifics until now. And so again, right? So even if you haven't gotten a first chance, or you're waiting to see if you get a second chance at an opportunity, at a job, at something, right? Put in the work. Every day, put into work. A little bit at a time, but put into work, right? Make sure that you're always looking forward. Make sure that you're getting your support system to come and help you. Make sure that you're using the strategies that have provided you with success in other things, in other areas, in other scenarios. I mean, again, with me and writing, it's always about the instrumental music. And if it's upbeat, or if I need to write something that I have to talk about, not necessarily emotions, but just bring an emotional impact into the paper, then I have the slow flowing love betrayal kind of instrumental music. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I know myself, and I know that if it's upbeat, I will write a happy paper. If it's not, if it's solemn, or if it's sad music, or if it's slow music, I usually put a lot of emotions in it. So again, get to know yourself and keep on doing the work, right? Be humble. Make sure that you help others. Make sure that you're there for people. And then when you're putting in the work, when you're doing the things that you're doing, when you're preparing to see if you're going to have a second chance, and then the second chance comes, you're already done with some of the things. There's a saying that says that if you keep on doing the work, right, when the opportunity comes, you're not going to be at 0% completion. You're going to be more ahead of everybody else. Everybody else is going to start from the beginning, but because you've been training in that specific opportunity, right? It's like the late Kobe Bryant with basketball, right? It's Michael Jordan with basketball and baseball. I mean, there's so many things. There's many, 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 many different things that can help you focus. And so again, get to it, do the work, be humble, help others, bring your support system in, right? Find what makes you focus more when you're doing like a writing activity or a prompt or research, or you're doing something that is going to better your job or it's going to better your current standing, and get to it. Because second chances don't come that often. But if you're prepared, you'll get there. You'll get to your goals. Back on basics.